You think by now she ain't say that? But Jay, who is this DeHeaven? She has to be like, who is this DeHeaven? Because this shit he throwing up is facts. You do know his family. I see it. You do know this. You do hold this. So how could all of this, I don't know what women's place be now. I'm quite sure she went in the bathroom and looked at this shit and been like, man, the fuck? You know how girls talk. Girls talk like that, right? You think you think Kelly ain't say, girl, look, B, you see this guy right here? And he kind of handsome and cute too, look. You know what I'm saying? She probably was like, who this? He brushed it off. But as this shit keep growing and shit keep getting more facts, and she steady like, wait a minute. It's a possibility Jay saved my life. Because if he would, at the time of who I was then, if he'd have looked out for me, I wasn't going to act right. I wasn't going to act right at all. And I was going to bring in a bunch of people that wasn't going to act right neither. You know what I'm saying? That's why it all works out to almost saying like, yo, you know what? This shit was meant for me not to deal with none of that. Because it wasn't going to work out. He'd have gave me a bunch of money. I probably still would have tried to take over it. I'd have really tried to take over. I'd have been trying to get to Columbia or some shit. I'd have had twins with Kelly Rowland and all that shit by now. You know what I'm saying? like I would have went in there and tried to all them industry chicks, models. Like, you crazy? I'd have brought my whole crew in. Like, let's get them. You know what I'm saying? But that shit wasn't meant for me, because the team of people that I mess with, man, it just wouldn't have never mixed. You know how hard it is to get for major people to mess with me? Because of him, they won't. Him, Emery, Tata, all of them. None of those guys would be in a position if it wasn't for me. You think Emery, my own co-defendant? You think Emery, my co-defendant? My own nigga that, I introduced him to Jay. And he can get right on the screen and tell you a story, and I'm not even in it. I'm not even in it. If you listen to Bleak, you could Google a million stories with Bleak. I watched Bleak from the third floor in my building. I watched Bleak from Pampers. I was there when Jay was like, yo, all right, come on, I'm gonna put you on. I mean, all of that. Bleak would tell you a million stories about Jay, but I'm not there.